Testing, testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, turkey sandwich. Testing, testing. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, turkey sandwich. Alright, that's. My phone is tipping over. Phone is tipping over. Oh no, my phone is tipping over. Great, my phone is tipping over. I'll have to fix that in a minute. Yo, my phone. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's my Friday today. I'm happy about that. I can hear all right. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, turkey sandwich, turkey sandwich. Ollie, Ellie, oxen free. Ellie, are you there? Present. Present and accounted for. Not sure why, well, I know that works. You guys, this is crooked. I have to fix it so it don't keep falling down. Let me see. Oh, that's perfect. And cover the hairpiece up. I have to get a little royal music. Now it's time for the royal music. And fix the lighting. Turn it around. Dun, dun, dun. There. The light is lighting. And I have to make it a teeny tiny smidget not so bright. Hey, what's going on? High five. Bam. This is like the super duper early beginning of the show. I am getting ready to turn the music on. Dun, 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 and play. What do I want to hear? As I sift through music. She's sifting through music. Oh, that's fun. I like this one. I'll start with this. Not repeat off. I turn repeat the song. Repeat the song means repeat the song. How much more explaining do we need? Repeat the song. So I have my tablet, my handy dandy tablet, and it's got a delay in it. So for me, my setting is if there's a particular song in my playlist that I like, I have to keep tapping the button. And for it to repeat the song, the square will light up and then the 1 will be in the center. But it wasn't doing it. I'm like, wake up, you're live. You're live. It's like, leave me alone. Never mind, moving forward. Good morning. Today is March 5th, 2026. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you so much for coming in. The time for me is 5:03 a.m. ET time. You guys have been coming in from all around the world. Some of you, it's like your late evening. Some are probably still sleeping and accidentally left the TV on. So, hey, keep the TV on and keep me on in the background. I don't mind that at all. This is not only is my birthday month, because my birthday is in March. I've been achieving so many goals. Friday the 13th is this month. Again, we had Friday the 13th last month. I say it a lot because I'm really happy about it. I like Friday the 13th. How was lunch with the cows? Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Lunch with the cows was fun. You know, on Tuesdays and Monday and Tuesdays, every day, after I eat my breakfast, I go to private property in an undisclosed location. And I hang out with the cows and chat, you know, because they check in to see how I'm doing, of course. and to make sure that I'm following proper protocol since I'm representing the cows, at least the cows of Georgia and in the state of Michigan. Hey, what's going on? It went well. They actually were having their own personal gathering. Apparently, they're kicking into the summer right now. It's not summertime yet, but according to the weather people, we're slated to have warm weather coming up, like in the 80s, sometime by the end of this week or the start of the week. The start of next week. So they had tables out, those long foldable tables. The cows did. It was like 4 or 5 long tables set out. It had placemats with daisies on it with the blue background. I'm like, what y'all getting ready to do? Y'all didn't tell me nothing about this gathering. They were like, we were waiting until you came to see us, LA. Well, they've got family in town coming, so that's what's happening. The meeting was more than a meeting. They're having some type of cow family reunion that they're planning. The cow family reunion is not happening until next week, but they're setting up slowly but surely, all through the week because cows do move slowly. Hello. So thank you so much for asking me, 50M. The meeting was great. We actually didn't talk about too much. I was more enthralled with listening to them and actually seeing them unfold tables. They were picking up tables, guys. Have you ever seen cows walk on 2 legs? Well, I got to witness that for myself in real life. Have you seen Back at the Barnyard? Now that movie is so fun. I tell you, man. So in that movie, Back at the Barnyard, the cow actually drinks colas or something and walks on 2 legs. These cows do the same exact thing. The barn is beautiful. The decorations are fire. I don't think they need to do anything else. So, like I said, I just was more intrigued with seeing them move like human people and set up the table. Now, I didn't ask them. I was a little nervous. I'm like, what are you guys gonna serve? What are you gonna eat? But their cows are getting ready for a family reunion and I'm invited. So that's as far as the meeting went. And I'm happy for it. I have to bring a gift. I don't know what type of gift I want to give them. They have a cow registry. Yes, they're more advanced than you know. So I had to work my way up to Macy's sometime this week. Go to the gift registry and sure enough, look up their cow family gathering and see what's on their registry of things they want and need and pick up a gift. I'm going to put a couple cows in the chat because I'm talking about them right now on a weird day. I'm talking about them on Thursday. Thursday is my Friday. COW. Yeah. So I have to go to Macy's. I might spell it wrong. And go to the gift registry and pick out a gift form and pick out a gift to buy them. There. Now I do like to shop. Hi, what's going on? But you know what I like to shop for? I enjoy shopping for gifts for others more than myself. It's really fun. And speaking of really fun, check out my new background today I chose. Isn't that cute? It took me so long. Well, to me, it took so long. It took me so long to figure out what background I wanted to use today. I wanted something different from last week. Last week was an arcade. It was super duper colorful. And I wanted to do something totally different from an arcade kind of something calm and centering. So yeah, what kind of gift do you think they'll want? Exactly. So before I make it over to the gift registry sometime this week, probably on one of my days off, based on pure observation and the many years, according to me, that I've been hanging with the cows, I think they could use something plush, like a nice rug or something, for under their hooves, because when they go into the barn, it's still a bare floor. So I'm thinking of getting like a really nice shag carpet. I'll have to talk it over with probably their grandmother. That would kind of spoil the surprise. But Grandma Cow, she knows how to keep a secret, so I'll run that idea past her and see if she wants some carpet installed in there or some rugs, or at least in the half of the portion of the barn. You guys, this barn they are in is immaculate. But the farmers don't know just how immaculate the barn is, because when their owners come, like always, they press a button and it goes back to looking like a shabby barn. But when they're gone, they push the button again and these walls and doors and stuff open up, and you can really see how the cows are living. Despite the fact that the cows are really living a really plush life, they still need carpet. So I'm thinking about that. I'll have to go around to probably like Lowe's. I'm not sure about Home Depot. Probably Lowe's. Or like a flooring company to see what types of rugs they have. But I think Grandma will approve. Especially for the baby cows. Oh my gosh. Especially when the baby cows come over for the family reunion. At least for that moment, they're going to need something for the kiddos to play on. So, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to lean into that direction. Thank you for asking. High five. Welcome in. Bam. Happy Thursday to all of you. Oh my gosh, I got my nephews and niece t-shirts from NASA for the Artemis 2 mission next month. Cool. I want to see how those t-shirts look. I'm going to look that up. Daisy chains. Well, in order for that to work, it would go, I don't know the verbiage for that, but you know how you have curtains and stuff, and then you have the dressings to go with the curtains and all that stuff. Perhaps the daisy chain would be cute if it's as a drawback or something. Now that would be adorable. So daisy drawbacks or tiebacks for the curtains, because they do have curtains, y'all, in the barn. I believe that would be beautiful. So I will keep that in mind. That's a nice little touch that they can, I know for sure, always use around the clock, year round. Because with the rug, it might be temporary for the family reunion, which is fine. But the drawbacks would be beautiful for their curtains. I'm sleepy, but I'll be back next. Okay. Thank you for coming in. Have a good day. High five. Bam. Thank you so much. 19 Green 87. Yeah, have a good sleep and have a great rest of the week. Thank you so much. Wow. So yeah, now that I talked about your comment, me 50, I'm going to look at the NASA t-shirts. I want to see how they look. Lee Angel Eyes. Hold on. I'm going to. I need to see how these shirts look. I bet you they look epic. They have to look epic because you wouldn't have shared all that cool information with us. Yes, I'm married. I'm happily married. I've been married for 10 going on 11 years. Our 11-year anniversary is coming up in July. I was supposed to put these eye drops in my eyes. The weather is changing and I'm happy for it, but it's kind of dry now in the air, so I'm going to have to put some moisture into the air. My mom, she used to boil a pot of water, a big old pot of water, to put moisture in the air. This was before way before humidifiers became relatively inexpensive. So I'm looking at the NASA Artemis mission collection. I hope you're still here. They're on the Kennedy Space Center online gift shop. Yeah, I have the what I did, honestly, I copied and pasted your comment and put it into the AI overview search. And it says that is a great gift idea. So basically AI overview just said that's a great gift idea. So shouts out to you. AI overview gave you a shout out. It says that is a great gift idea. The Artemis 2 mission is a historic 10-day crew flight around the moon. Oh my gosh, they're going around the moon. Now that's a new one. Featuring astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, Jeremy Henson. While originally planned for early 2026, the recent reports indicate potential delays due to tech issues. So it is worth keeping an eye on the schedule for the official launch date. When I was younger, I used to get the words lunch, Lunch, and launch mixed up quite frequently. It looks almost the same. Let's see here. We've got what else is next? Mission details. Artemis 2 is the first crewed mission to the moon in over 50 years. So it's been done, guys? Now, I didn't know that. But that was over 50 years ago. Significance. It will be the first time a woman, a person of color, and a Canadian. A Canadian? No way. This is epic. I have to read this again. It says it will be the first time a woman, a person of color, and a Canadian travel beyond low orbit Earth. The fact that a Canadian is joining the party is terrific. To me, that's new because we always hear about African Americans breaking barriers. So it's nice to hear someone else join in on the reindeer games, for lack of a better word. That's silly. This is my favorite character. This is Sydney how do you pronounce it? You might have to say it phonetically. I might have to copy and paste the word to see what it means. But hello. The gear, here it is. NASA shop, NASA and official NASA gear. I want to see more of it. Let's see the merch. I'm going to click on the button shopping. Oh, wow. What came up, it was a shirt that was homemade, from Esty. But I know you did say go to the actual shop, but I was curious. I'm going to see what it says. Oh, wow. The first one from the NASA shop that popped right up, guys, is gray. It's a nice color gray, too, because, of course, there's various shades of gray. This is pretty. The shirt looks like the shirt looks like it's going to be smooth and comfortable to the skin. They have gray, red, but it looks more burgundy to me, and another type of gray. And it's only $24.95 in US dollars. Okay, black, antique cherry, and dark heather gray. That is actually a nice looking shirt. Thanks for sharing the information. High five. Bam. Hey, if you're still here, do they know that you purchased the shirts for them, or is it going to be a surprise? Like Cruella DeVille said in the 101 Dalmatians, the human edition, a surprise. I'm like, you monster. Yeah, I think it's worth the buy. And I honestly thought it was gonna be at the low end, starting at least $36. Because, people have been so greedy when pricing things lately. And unfortunately, they have been able to get away with it. So I really thought I was gonna be in for sticker shock. But no. Yeah, speaking of that being your favorite movie, The Devil Wears Prada is coming out. My goodness, I am so happy. When is The Devil Wears Prada coming out? I believe it's in May. I'm getting ready to look to be sure. When is The Devil Wears Prada movie coming out? I'm looking it up right now. That is a fun movie. I own it, And the ringtone. Oh my gosh. So you know what? The Devil Wears Prada is scheduled to come out May 1st this year. You know the ringtone that they had in the first movie? Do you think it'll be the same ringtone? Or are they going to fashion up another iconic ringtone that will be just as memorable as the first movie? It's gonna be a surprise. Yes. Yay. I'm happy for you. This is joyous news. High five. Bam. I like surprises. That's great. It says here, the devil, that sounds like a song. A woman on the other side says to ask you not to forget about the apple tree. There's a song called The Devil, and it's a horror movie. I think M. Night Shyamalan had his hands in making that movie, but all of the main characters ended up getting into the elevator shaft and they got stuck. And on there was a guy who sold like furnitures or mattresses, but he was the only guy on the elevator who knew the song that was playing on the elevator, and it was like something about the apple tree. Dun, 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 dun. So your comment made me think of that scene from the movie. So you guys, my cool peeps, The Devil Wears Prada Part 2 is scheduled to be released in theaters on May 1st, 2026. The sequel to the 2006 hit produced by Disney will follow Miranda Priestley, Meryl Streep, facing the decline of the print industry, with Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, yes, and Stanley Tucci also returning. You guys, when I stumbled upon the commercial, it felt kind of like a dream when I saw all my favorites on the commercial. It was like a small piece of heaven to see that all of the key players have returned. I'm reverse crying right now in my eyes, but you cannot see it. It's going to be a glorious day to be able to see all of them on the silver screen. Y'all, who says silver screen anymore? But that's what it is. It's going to be a glorious day to see all the key players on the silver screen. Hello, how are you doing? Good morning. High five. Bam. So once again, the date release is May 1st, 2026. Production status. Oh, that's too much. Production status. Production began in June 2025. So it started last year. How did they keep that a secret? Just like Lee Angel Eyes is able to keep the secret that he bought his family and friends a cool gift, the production studio people were able to keep such an epic surprise from us. How did they do it? I don't know. Returning cast: Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci are confirmed to return. And yes, they're confirmed to return because I saw all of them in the movie trailer. I'm going to put some popcorn in the chat. Thank you guys so much for the cute little hearts. and for your patience, because it's a lot going on back here in the good way, far as operating a couple of devices at the same time. So I finally had the wherewithal to take the time to say thank you for your hearts and expressions. I see them flying up on the screen. I am so, and I'm typing it like this, happy that the devil wears Prada 2 is coming out. And I am looking for the crying emoji. Like, I'm crying. I'm so happy. There we go. I'm so happy. Summertime sadness. There. Plot. The film focuses on Miranda Priestley's career as she navigates the changing landscape of the fashion magazine industry. I still like magazines, the tangibility of them all, the fact that you can collect them for future reference to pass down to your family or friends, or to just go back and show how magazines freeze a piece of time. It's like it's a time capsule. So I'm curious to see how they're going to evolutionize their business and how they're going to work in a dwindling magazine or print media era. I still really like print media. Hence why 2 years ago now, it's crazy, it's been 2 years. 2 years ago, I was on live stream and I was reading out of the Atlanta Journal Constitution. I'm I'm thinking about doing that again. I mean, it's been 2 years. It's been a nice little break in between that. Every morning, I will wake up and read portions out of the Atlanta Journal Constitution, and I will be in my cow suit, and I would drink coffee, and I would just read out of the newspaper. And you guys, it was so refreshing. It reminded me of the senior citizens who would go to McDonald's and get the super hot coffee and sit around at the table with their friends and read the newspaper. Sometimes they will have like those cute little sausage biscuits and sausage McMuffins. Sometimes, as I look back now, I wonder if the senior citizens who were at McDonald's, maybe they didn't have enough money to afford a sandwich. So maybe in the future, when I see that happen, perhaps I'll order an extra sandwich and pass it all to them. But I wouldn't want to embarrass them, though, you know. Good morning. How are you doing? High five. Bam. What time is it where you are? For me, guys, it is 5:27 a.m. Can you believe that we've already been on for a half hour? It's like I just pushed start. Now, as of now, I don't have any coffee in here. I do have warm water. It's the same time for you as well. That's totally excellent. Totally excellent. I like that. Now, that should be a sticker. So that's that on that far as the devil wears Prada. So y'all, we already talked about what's going on in NASA, how someone from Canada and 2 other people will be flying around the moon sometime this year. And it hasn't been done in over 50 years. That's a long time. In addition to that, we got to see the cool NASA inspired, can I say that? The NASA inspired t-shirts that are for sale directly on the NASA website. And you guys, they're fairly priced. And they have 3 shades. Now, I didn't go into detail to see if they had sweaters, hoodies, joggers, or anything like that. Excuse me. But if they do, I'm quite sure those would be nice too. My voice! I'm going to have to get me some honey. Wow, you're a brave soul. Trucking in Virginia, that's cool. Every once in a while, high five, bam, or ooh, ooh. Every once in a while, I will get a trucker, and I think it's really cool. I wish from the outside looking in that they didn't put so much pressure on you guys, because you guys are like this, the family staple, for lack of a better way to say it. We guys need you. And I wish they just treated you guys a lot better than what they do. But being a trucker seems like a fun job. It's a great way to see the world for free almost, without the stresses. Now, how can I say this? Because it's a little untimely. Because once upon a time, if you wanted to see the world, back in my day, they were saying, unfortunately, join the army or be a flight attendant. I'm like, there's got to be another way to see the world, guys. So truck driving seems like that would be the best way out of the other two options that used to be shoveled down our brains to go see the world. Or to join a cruise, to work on a cruise. But that thought seems so distant and out of the stratosphere for me, based on the type of family I was around. Their minds were tiny, meaning they lacked the fortitude to think outside of the box. I wouldn't say that they were lazy-minded, so I was like, ah! So the thought of getting the job to work on a carnival, to see the world, meet new people, and still be safe, that thought never crossed my mind until I was well into my adult years. But life had already happened. Things were put into place that I couldn't undo. So it's like, dang, I don't think I would have, if I found out about working on a cruise at least for a season in my life, that would have been a nice way to see the world safely. And plus the food. Have you heard anybody who's ever been on a cruise ship complain about the food? Good pay, but a sacrifice? Yeah. Yeah. Join the Navy, see the world. I'm like, no, thank you, boo boo. I don't want to see the world like that. I'd rather be a truck driver, because at least you have the freedom, per se, to come and go as you want. You have the freedom to say, I don't want to do this anymore. Or if you even have the freedom to plan months out at a time, to switch gears to go to another trucking company, or to just change your life completely. Even though they have a lot of rules, and even though, like you said, it is good pay but a sacrifice, within that you still have some type of freedom to be your own man or your own woman, or to be your own boss, in regards of you dictating your life. So I would choose trucker in a heartbeat over the Navy and all of those things like that. Now, I'm making these faces because of the climate that we're in right now. It's kind of weird to say all that stuff because of what's happening right now, but it's my gospel's truth. So once again, shouts out to you and all the truck drivers out there. Bam! I currently have on in front of me a tab open, a half tab MSN, the news people. Now, is MSN the news people, or is that just specifically a news website? But I'm going to scroll down and see what they're talking about. For me personally, on the desktop, the daily news shows up better on the desktop. It's not the same as and as inviting and as welcoming on the laptop computer. Y'all, it's something about opening up the desktop computer with the big screen with your coffee and having the news pop up on the screen. It's like, here we are. Let's get going. Let's see what's going on in the world around me. And in addition to what's going on in the world around me, what's going on next door? On here, on the Chromebook, the layout is different because the screen is smaller. And I think that's why I'm voicing this out. Had I not voiced it out, I don't think I would have come to that conclusion to the conclusion so suddenly as to why it looks different in the first place. Oh boy, I'm knocking stuff over. I have to plug up my device so it can charge while I'm sitting up here talking. Upon looking for my charger, oh my gosh, I could have crushed these. I thought I had these somewhere else. Look at my little earpods. No wonder I didn't see them. I'm like, something's missing. They were on the floor. I'm glad I didn't step on them when I got in here. Operations command. What's that? That could be a plethora of many things. I'm going to look it up. That sounds like some type of management stuff. Can you please provide PROVI for me definitions of operations command? There. I'm getting ready to look it up. After all, this is Freestyle Thursdays. This is my Friday, my last day of working. Hercules the Shark works tomorrow. If you guys are looking forward to Hercules, he'll be on tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Ooh, I'm going to play this song for a little bit. It says Operational Command, often abbreviated OPCOM, in military context refers to the authority granted to a commander to assign missions or tasks to subordinates, deploy units, reassign forces, and retain or delegate operational tactics controls as necessary to accomplish assigned goals. That's a mouthful, y'all, and there's still more definition to it. It represents the highest level of command, short of full combatant command, focusing on the planning and execution of operations within a specific theater or area of responsibility. Well, this just sounds like a lot of fancy schmancy talk for someone who has their head fastened onto their necks and knows how to think critically and delegate a good schedule. So, having said that, that sounds like some top-tier managerial skills. So, in my mind, when you typed in operations command, I thought maybe it was more of a vast word that could be used anywhere. You know, like you have the people who work at like Walmart, Dollar General, heck, Chuck E. Cheese, Disneyland. You know, they have chief of operations. I thought it was more like a loosely type of descriptive word. But when I asked AI Overview to please give me the answer for it or define what it is, it said that. So I had no clue, honestly, that it has something to do with just military stuff. So what I'm going to do is... Oh, look it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is scroll down because, respectfully, it led with the military definition first, and then it's got general management definition. So here we are. Definition. In businesses or non-military organizations, an operation command is the top-down hierarchical structure that dictates how orders, workflows, and decisions are passed from executives to frontline employees. Now, this is broken down into more of a language I can understand. Purpose. It is used to ensure maximum efficiency. That sounds like some type of car wash treatment. If you want clean tires, use maximum efficiency. Maximum efficiency. Take 3. Maximum efficiency. Now, if the parent can say it correctly, why are you struggling to say it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Technical function context. Technical function context. Let me see. I need to adjust the lighting a little bit. I need to make the light a little bit more softer for my eyes. Hello, welcome in. High five. Bam. Technical functional context. Engagement commands. Commands such as lift, engage, or enable, which initiate the operations of a system. Performance commands. Adjusting system behavior such as throttle up or accelerate. Safety commands. Critical commands like abort or stop. Wow, AI overview is really bringing on the heavy verbiage today, right? I pray that some of this terminology sticks in my beautiful mind. Hello. Key components of command. Regardless of context, my cool peeps, command generally involves authority, control, and responsibility. Authority, the lawful right to make a decision. Don't that sound important and powerful? You have the lawful right to make a decision over your own life. Control, the mechanisms, communication, personal, or for directing forces to act on those decisions. Wow. And lastly, responsibility. The accountability for the outcomes of the operations. That's big stuff. But when you think about it, we all have that power for ourselves in our daily lives. Sometimes it may be hard to see because we have so many other rules to follow. And you just want to get from point A to point B so you can get back home and sit on the sofa and just unwind from the day. But just like one of my cool peeps mentioned about the term operal command, please be informed that you have your own minds and you too have operational command over your own lives. I'm trying to make sure I put my water down in a place where it don't tip over. I would not want to clean that up. It's like, come on. I mean, I cleaned it up, but that's an additional mess that I didn't factor in. And number 2, it's water, so it's not really damaging anything, but come on. I don't want to spill it in here. Good mercy. Look at all those fancy schmancy words. Now that seems like that's stuff that could be done in like a what do you call it, a submarine. I'm just gonna take a stab in the dark. It's got interdiction relays failing, deploying, tachyon field. That sounds like some submarine stuff. I'm curious to see. Now, since I'm taking an educated guess, my cool peeps, saying that sounds like some submarine terminology. Y'all know how I am. So can you imagine the people at Subway who make submarine sandwiches using that type of vernacular when they're making the sandwiches? We've got interdirection relays failing. Quick, I need tomatoes. We're running out of mayo. Oh my gosh, deploy the tachyon field. We're running out of mayo. Hurry up, the customers are getting their patience. We're losing them, Doc. We're losing them. Hurry up and get that sub sandwich wrapped in that paper and give it to that man stat. We cannot afford to lose another customer. Subway stock markets are crashing. Get that man his sandwich. We're losing. Okay. I think if Subway had that type of energy, I think more people would actually go get a sandwich simply just to see the entertainment of it all. Shouts out to Subway. Eat fresh when you can. should be the new slogan for Subway. Subway, eat fresh, parentheses. We're new kind. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to put some trucks in here once again, just because we have a trucker in here listening while on the road. That's really cool. Thank you so much for choosing to hang out with the cool peeps and I while we just chop it up for a little bit. It's my Friday, so I'm taking the time to just chat with you guys. And when you bring up something cool, which is all the time, I'm going to look it up and expound on it. So we have here to go once again, Zimbabwe 9 interaction relays failing deploying technical field. How can I say, where is this terminology? Or should I say, what field of work is this terminology? I think I spelled terminology wrong. This terminology is used in the field of science fiction. Oh, please. Tell us anything. Specifically within space combat simulation games, military sci-fi literature, or laptop wargaming. That's close enough. It is characteristic of space warfare. Space warfare, often involving faster than light. Wow, FTL, faster than light mechanics, cloak ships, they're ships, and energy-based defenses. Contextual usage. Contextual uses. Star Sector game. Reference to Tychon lances and Flux indicate a tactical space combat game. Y'all, this sounds fun. Star Trek sci-fi roleplay refers to interdiction. Cloak ships, red alert, and Tychon grids are common in Star Trek themed combat scenarios. Have y'all played any of the Star Trek games? Reading this information make me want to play. Interdiction relay failing. Now, that's a mouthful of words. Interdiction relay failing. Now, if it's in a state of emergency, do we really have time to say all that if it's an emergency? Because by the time you say all that, the event done already happened that you were trying to warn the people about. It's got to be another way we could shorten it up. Interdiction relay failing means the device preventing enemy ships from warping away or shutting down. Deploying tachyon field. Deploying tachyon field. I like these words. Ooh, don't want to push that button. Let's see here. And lastly, the deploying tachyon field means releasing hypothetical particles. Ooh, to detect close ships or disrupt enemy systems. Now that sounds like something y'all use when, I say y'all, men, go fishing. Don't y'all have like this really cool radar detection that y'all push down into the water now, and it do like this boop, boop. Is it sonar or something to detect the fish? Once upon a time before, I think that type of sonar GPS tracking system for fishing was involved. Then you guys used to cast nets with the same technological equipment in it, but it was a net, and within that net, it only was able to detect what was in the radius of that net to see what was going on. But now you've advanced and you don't need the netting anymore. Do it sound waves. Okay, so having said that, I'm curious about the wow, this is fun. Oh my gosh, this is really fun. Ping. Now, do you think the word ping, to which you said, was used in the fishing world way before modern day technology started using the word ping for cell phone towers and cellular phones? If that's the case, The fishermen were first to use that type of technology before us common people started using it, and probably only thinking it had only reference to cell phone towers. So before I lose my beautiful thought, I'm going to ask my next question about the fish netting. Wasn't technological netting to deploy, excuse me, in the water to I'm asking the question. Thanks, guys. So, my question is a little choppy, but I know it'll understand what I'm saying. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful kitchen, isn't it? Oh my gosh. It's like with the green screen technology built into the cell phone or the YouTube app, guys. It allows me to pick cool stuff. I like my kitchen too. I get out of the way so you can see my brand new kitchen. Isn't it cute? Look at the pot on there. And then we've got the coffee maker. We have the beautiful double oven. We have the kitchen arm. Heaven knows a woman needs a kitchen arm in the kitchen. Who want to be slinging heavy pots all day from one end of the kitchen to the other? No, it's not too tough, but a kitchen arm is a luxury. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So, what I typed in, I pretty much asked AI overview, wasn't there some type of netting technology that the sea fishermen used to detect what was going on under the water and to detect where fish are? So, yes, according to AI Overview, my cool peeps, it says, yes, you're likely thinking of net sounders or specialized trawl sensors. Trawl sensors, TRAWL sensors, used in commercial fishing. These are high-tech sonar-equipped devices that are attached to large, deep water nets to provide real-time data on the net's position and the quantity of fish entering it. That sounds so fun and cool. Here's a breakdown of the technology used to see fish with nets. Before I do that, I'm going to put some fish in the chat. Shouts out to the goldfish crackers. Gotta go fishing. Gotta go fishing. Yes, trawl or troll. Just like in the Batman animated series, I need Batman's cape and cowl. Well, I need the fisherman's trawl or troll. It is trawl, TRAWL. Trawl sensors. They've got, here's a breakdown of the technology used to see fish with nets. Net sounders. Thank you for the fish. These are transducer mounted directly onto a trawl net, often connected by a cable or acoustic signal to the boat. They show the opening of the net, the sea floor, and the fish entering the net in real time, guys. Smart technology / net sensors. Modern high-tech nets like those used in smart fish initiatives feature hydroacoustic sensors, and high-definition cameras. Wow! These sensors map the area and provide live 3D images of fish underwater and in structures. Take that, Discovery Channel. Are you guys using any of this fancy pants modern day technology? No, they're still dropping people down in cages, all barbaric like, and hoping for the best. Good morning, high five. How are you doing? Bam. Uses low frequency and sound wave nets. This is dope. We've got catch scanner sensors, my cool peeps. Devices like the catch scanner, CATCH SCANNER. It's all one word. Are attached to the netting to provide data on the volume of fish entering the net, which helps fishermen avoid overfishing and manage their catch. Wow. To help manage overfishing? Now, I know the crabmen. The only thing that I can retain in my head as of now, as far as the crab fishermen, is that they cannot be pulling the female crabs. They got to keep those in the water. They got to throw them back in the water. That's the only rule I know. But I haven't recalled the fisher crabmen talking about you fished out too many crabs from the sea, take it back. They're always talking about we need 100,000 pounds before the season is over, or we up poop creek. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, the pirate's life is a life for me. Yo ho ho in a bottle of yum. I get seasick on the sea. Yo ho ho in a bottle of dun, dun, dun. Record season. I hope I could keep up with all this terminology y'all using. If anything, I can always scroll back up to see what you're saying. Crab people, crab people. Yeah, shout out to the crab people. Y'all might be listening to me while y'all out there crabbing. We've got a truck driver who's listening to us. That is amazing. This one sounds neat too. It says purse scenes with sonar. Now I could be saying it wrong. I'm gonna copy and paste it because this is an interesting thing. So here's a breakdown of the technology used to see fish with nets. This is another thing that the fishermen use to detect fish with nets. And it says purse what is it? CNS with sonar. So that is, it says, while not a sensor on the net, commercial purse sensors use advanced sonar to locate schools of fish first, then surround them with a huge wall of netting. Wow, that sounds prehistoric. There's one more. I thought I was finished. There's reef netting. Reef netting, alternative method. I've heard of this seen this being done on the Discovery Channel years ago. Reef netting is like, I actually saw them building it. The humans were building it. We were building it underwater. It was not naturally done, but the reason of them like pretty much landscaping a portion of the bottom of the sea was to help the underwater ecosystem. So a particular species under there that they were in charge of preserving could have a nice developed environment or habitat. And I think this term reef netting was used, but it wasn't used to capture, to sell, or to cook, but it was used for some other variation. So it says reef netting, my cool peeps, alternative method. A different highly sustainable method that sounds similar to your description is reef netting. Soile, used by the Lumni people. While it uses traditional concepts, it involves a suspended net between two boats. Ah, that fishermen use to visibly see fish before hauling them in. Okay, so I'm thinking about something else. The technology you are likely remembering is the net sounder, which revolutionized deep sea fishing by allowing captains to see what is happening to the net at the bottom of the ocean. Now, I know one thing for sure: when some damage happens to those nets, they are not happy campers. So you definitely want to have all eyes on the floor, the ocean floor, not only to see if you can capture something great, but also to avoid snags and tears. I'm trying to figure out how I can ask this question because I thought reef netting was this thing that the coral reef people were using. So what I'm going to do is, let me see here. And what was the word I used? Let's try this. For the life. I'm getting ready to see. I concur. I haven't seen that word in a long time. Yes, reef netting is considered one of the most sustainable, eco-friendly, and selective salmon fishing methods in the world, specifically practiced to minimize harm to marine life, protect salmon runs, and foster a safer, more balanced environment for aquatic species. Originating with the indigenous Coast Salish people, it is a low-impact technique that allows for the release of non-target fish with nearly zero mortality. That's not quite what I was looking for, but nonetheless, it still goes around in the realm of, protecting the fish at least, with the netting. So just one moment, please. I am looking for something in the background. So it seems like it's a whole world in reference to the type of netting there is with fishing. We've got the standard netting and we've got technological netting. I bet you Spider-Man and all the Avengers probably be using this stuff. Like when you think of Batman and all of his things that he probably used some of this stuff from the fishermen and stuff to make himself invisible or to be able to enhance his night vision. I think that's really awesome. So, oh, I know what I can do. Ah, that's using your old noodle. Underwater reef netting. Poking around on the computer really quickly. Live. I can tell you this for sure. I look forward to breakfast. Couple of eggs, some toast with jelly maybe. Let's see here. Underwater fish netting, NASA, and more. So I added the title, so because we've been talking about we've talked about NASA and underwater fish netting, so I'm definitely putting that in the title. So The cool people who come by, the cool people who come by and know what we're talking about. Because we've been on this for a minute. After all, it's Freestyle Thursdays. Ooh. Yay! Okay, that's that on that. Thank you guys for waiting. Was getting some house maintenance done in the background on the live stream. I find that if I take over it while I'm on the live stream, it increases my chances of not forgetting to get it done after I, you know, push in stream. Thank you so much. You are too. High five. Bam. So I've learned to just take my time and relax. Don't do it. Relax. The song is relax. That's a fun movie. So once again, yes, reef netting is considered one of the most sustainable, eco-friendly, and selective salmon fishing methods in the world. I wonder if I'll be able to copy and paste all this information in here. Salmon is so good. It seems like when I was growing up, in my community of people seem to turn their heads. They tend to shun salmon, but salmon is a wonderful fish to eat and prepare. Hello, high five. Welcome back in, good guy activism. Welcome into the live stream. Welcome in. All are welcome. And once again, personally from me to you, congratulations. I read one of your posts. Keep up the good work. Very good. Bravo. We have key environmental and conservation benefits of reef netting. Just reading that sentence alone just made my heart leap. This is all positive things to help with the world. I'm vegan. You like salmon? Oh my gosh. It's a beautiful fish when it's alive. And it's a beautiful fish when it's served on a plate. It's a win-win situation all the way around, my cool peeps. I mean, and don't you just love when it's on sale? Okay, so key environmental and conservation benefits of reef netting. According to AI Overview, it says net near zero bait catch and high selectivity. Unlike gill netting or trawling, we spoke about trawling earlier today. So it says, unlike gill netting or trawling, reef nets are suspended between two boats and monitored by spotters. When fish are caught, they are immediately sorted by species and size. That is adorable, allowing non-target endangered or undersized salmon to be returned to the water unharmed. Now, I don't know everything about the sea. I only can observe by stories I've heard, and I wish I could have heard more stories about men in real life talking about fishing. Nor do I know how to fish with a hook. But you can best believe I take my behind out there with the net and patiently wait. So having said that, it would be nice to have the opportunity to get on the boat or maybe even the ship to just do this part right here where you sort the fish. I want to sort the fish. That looks so fun. We're saving fish. We're helping the environment. You get some fresh air and you get to see some seagulls. I definitely wouldn't be able to I definitely wouldn't be able to have my hair out like this. I had to have it in a swim cap or something so the birds won't try to perch on my hair. Just a second. I have to unplug. My phone is finished charging. I need to unplug it. Y'all, my cell phone was like, unplug your phone, girl. It's fully charged. I'm like, thank you. Fresh catch fish. That's the proper terminology for it. Fresh catch fish. Yeah, of course, y'all. Everybody on the ship will laugh at me. Clearly, I don't know a thing about life on the sea. But hey, I don't want birds sitting around in my head. I just want to focus on the task at hand, and that's having strong knees and legs. So when the rips and tides of the water in the boat go this way and that way, I won't go sliding all over the place because I'm tiny. I'll just be rolling all over the place. And I do not think that modern day ships have magnetic. Don't I believe modern day ships don't have magnets in their floors, because if they did, that would also help the men stay on the ship. It's kind of a bittersweet situation if they had magnetic strips on the ships. So if they were like at the docking table or whatever you call it, that would be another form of security to keep them safely attached to the ship as it moves in waves and all that stuff. So near zero bait catch and high selectivity, I want to do that so I can help sort the fish. No seafloor damage because the nets do not drag along the bottom. They do not destroy essential habitats such as eelgrass beds for coral reef, protecting the seabed ecosystem. Exactly. Low energy consumption. Reef net boats are anchored and often rely on solar power. What? Did y'all know this? Reef net boats are anchored and often rely on solar power, resulting in minimum fossil fuel use compared to, for example, purse seine vessels that chase fish. Hopefully you guys can hear the music. I just changed out the song. Gentle handling. Gentle handling. Fish swim into a net. Fish swim into a net are raised gently and are immediately placed in flowing live wells, which reduce stress and lactic acid buildup, allowing for better, more humane catch. I didn't know it was solar power neither. So that's another beneficiary plus. I like the evolution of the fishermen. It's right up there with seeing, this is a whole nother video. I think it's adorable to have watched the farmers transition from the old ways of farming and to incorporate technology into their daily lives to help farming tasks be more easy. That's the same when it comes with the fishermen, how they are incorporating more technology when they are out here on the sea. It's pretty neat to see more computer devices and consoles in ships now, and even on farmland. We've got cultural restoration. In reference to the positive effects of using nets, these types of nets to help with the water. Cultural restoration is sustainability. The practice is being reviewed as a way to give back to the ocean, with the net historically acting as a living tool that allows some fish to pass through, ensuring that future generations of salmon are not overfished. Once again, shouts out to my vegan in the chat who eats salmon. Welcome in from Houston. No way. Hope you're still in here. High five. Bam. How are you doing? Wow, I can see your actual face. If that's really you, you're beautiful. Welcome in all the way from Texas. We're not too far away. I'm reporting live from the beautiful peach state of Georgia. And here in Georgia, my cool peeps, the time is a cool 6:13 a.m. ET time. We're gathered around here on Elay TV before the rising sun to chat and chill with our snacks, to which I have and our warm beverages as we gather around the forest fire, the dumpster fire, the ring of fire, or the bonfire before the rising sun. We've got, according to AI Overview, while it is highly specialized in low volume fishery, it is increasingly recognized as a model for sustainable, community based, environmentally responsible fishing, particularly for recovering salmon populations. Good evening to you, too. High five. Bam. I may just open up my snacks. The package is really noisy. But I did not want to, I didn't want to open it early because I probably would have spilled it. So having said that, after I do this, I'll put my hearts in here first. There. So for those of you who are only listening to me, this crackling sound, please excuse me. I'm not having technological or audio issues. I'm actually opening up a bag of cereal, a value bag of Fruity Pebbles, and one of those economy bags. And I have my favorite spoon. It's blue. And I am going to dip my spoon into the bag of Fruity Pebbles and eat. Snack on, my cool peeps. We've got snacks and stuff to eat. We've got, I might have to remove that. I think that means something else. I'll remove it just in case. We've got snacks on deck. You know what? I think I saw someone in a movie. It was like a college movie or something where they had cereal like this and they just poured milk in it. I think that's a good idea because the bag seems sturdy enough. But the thing is, you still have to be careful because this type of plastic, it tears easily. When we open this bag of cereal, if you don't tear it carefully, the plastic is tear all the way down to almost the bottom of the bag, and then you have to figure out how you're going to store the cereal because the bag tore up all wrong. I cannot stand that. So it's best to just use some scissors to safely cut it across the edge and then continue from there. Yes, it is snack time right now. So as the music plays in the background, my cool peeps, some of you are probably getting ready to just get out of bed. I know in California, you're 3 hours behind, so it's 6:54. It's just 3:17. They're not even thinking about getting out of the bed yet. I've been up for a little while, and I plan to have a good breakfast too. But in the meantime, and in between time, I have my Fruity Pebbles, and y'all, they are good. It's amazing how fresh they stay as well. Cereal is magical, and that's that on that. So we just finished reading about the fish netting and how it can help save the, it's not can help, it is helping to save the environment or the ecosystem underwater. Now that's really cool. I got to this topic because I was trying to ask a question in reference to the reef netting. I thought that was the term they use when there are people down in the water who are intentionally setting up these coral reefs to help with the environment down underwater. That's the whole reason we're talking about this. So maybe if I rephrase the question, so perhaps we'll get somewhere. Ecosystem. That's the word I just typed in. And this is fun because, let's say this, I like to study and do research on specific topics that interest me. I have the thought in my mind, but actually trying to find those variations of words to get to that specific answer is the journey. And I'm starting to take that as not a slight on myself, but that's just my studying style or process, because along the way it allows me to pick up other terminology that I can always double back and use for the main topic at hand that I'm trying to look for in the first place. Ask Hercules. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? We should ask Hercules these things. This seems like some questions that he will probably want to ask during Shark Week. Y'all, Shark Week is coming up. I don't know what Hercules has planned, but I'm here for it. One of my favorite cereals is Golden Crisp with the bear on there, Sugar Bear. Now I think that's by a Post. I like Golden Crisp cereal. One of my favorites. So the question I asked, are there people who intentionally set up coral reef farms underwater in aims to help the ecosystem under the sea? And the answer is yes, but I'm looking for a specific terminology. Yes, many organizations, according to AI Overview, scientists and conservationists intentionally create underwater coral farms, nurseries, and artificial reef structures to restore damage from marine ecosystems. Now that sounds like a fun job too. So if I had to choose between planting a coral reef system into the sea or sorting the fish, I still want to sort the fish. These projects, such as those by Reef Doctor in Madagascar and Coral Vita in the Bahamas, use structures like concrete sculptures, limestone, and mesh frames. Okay, so maybe that's where I got it mixed up at. Mesh frames versus nets. Because to me, when I saw it, it looked like a net. To me, some type of netting system. So perhaps, on the contrary, I got the two mixed up. So it says here, according to AI Overview, Reef Doctor in Madagascar and Coral Vita in the Bahamas use structures like concrete sculptures, limestones, and mesh frames to grow coral fragments, boosting biodiversity and providing coastal protection. Underwater nurseries. Yeah, underwater nurseries. How adorable is that? That's so precious. The list goes on and on and on. Divers grow coral fragments on PVC frames or concrete structures, often shaped as art. Adorable. Which are later transplanted to damaged reefs. Now, reading this just makes me smile, makes my spirit smile, because a paragraph like this just shows that there are still some good people in the world. So I'm quite sure planet Earth is under planetary evaluation. So I'm doing my part right now by contributing positive information and energy into the planet I'm Team Planet Earth, so you guys do your part by being the best you, because I know this planet is under evaluation. So this paragraph alone is another piece of information we can present to the galactical people to show that there's good people in the world. How some of the humans are intentionally setting up underwater nurseries to help protect and preserve the ecosystem. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. And then it says nope. It's got the same thing on the front. It's got the same thing on the back. Yeah. So guys, we're here on planet Earth, and all of you are important, and the best way to contribute to the Earth is to be the best you and to have better management over the energy that you harvest in your own body for the sake of the planet. I love planet Earth, and I don't want to see it flatline. I like it here, and I want to take care of it. Yeah, we need balance with all the animals existing together. Exactly. Animals are precious. Just like people, you know? It's got to be a balance. So shout out to all the underwater organizations who intentionally make nurseries under there, because you have to take care of everywhere, underwater, on planet Earth, and in the sky. All of these elements need to be taken care of. And having said that, I'll leave it at that without saying too much more. But I'm quite sure you guys understand what I'm saying from there. I'm going to put Earth in the chat just as soon as I find the Earth emoji. How come when I type in world for an emoji, it just shows me a map? There's Earth. I love planet Earth. Let's see. And now, I don't want to just push enter. I'm going to push heart. Shouts out to planet Earth. I know I love you very much. Let's see. Planet Earth. There. Y'all get to see what I put. We sure do need Captain Planet. Good morning. How are you doing? High five. Bam. The time is 6:26 a.m. ET time, and I'm reporting live from the beautiful peach state of Georgia. Over here, the weather is breaking. Spring is beginning to officially spring, and we've got a tree that's already in bloom in our neighborhood. A couple of days ago, so it seems to me, I saw a butterfly, a baby monarch butterfly. It was orange and black. It was so cute. I've seen ladybugs already, guys. Spring is happening. Whether ready or not, here spring comes. I think this spring is going to be like it used to be. I've said this before, since I have more people here. I think this season around this year, remember how weather used to just be normal before all the changes? It seems that this year, weather will be normal like it used to be. The spring will be spring, summer will summer, winter will winter, and harvest season will harvest season without the turbulent ups and downs. Oh, cool. I love Washington spring weather. No way. Shout out from being in Washington. High five. Bam. What do you have in the spring that gets you super excited to let you know, oh yeah, spring is here? What blooms predominantly in your area that grabs your attention in Washington to let you know that spring is here, baby? It's no going back. Ow! You cannot see? Well, we're not looking out of our windows right now because it's dark, if that's what you mean. But I'm thinking of like the days in the past, like yesterday, for example, of all the sights I saw that showed me that spring is here. Not right now. It's too dark to look outside the windows. Mm-hmm. What's the H? Not too hot and not too cold. So what I'm going to look up, because this is fun. What kinds of how can I ask this? What kinds and blossoms are BLOSSON are vibrant? I should say most vibrant during the start of spring in Washington. So I'm asking out of curiosity, since you're here from Washington, we also have someone from Texas as well. And we always have cool peeps come in from Australia. And we have a truck driver who's actually listening to us now. This is amazing. So I asked AI, what kinds of blooms and blossoms are most vibrant during the start of spring in Washington? Out of curiosity, I need to know. Early spring in Washington state brings vibrant bursts of color, highlighted by iconic cherry blossoms at the University of Washington and Seattle area parks alongside vast fields of tulips and daffodils. Oh my gosh, that sounds so pretty. Particularly in the Skygate Valley. Other early colorful blooms include, ooh, that's a long word. Hang on. Rhododendron sounds like don 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 don. Rhododendrons, magnolias, Forinthia, and native wildflowers like trillium and salmonberry. Washington has it going on in the spring. Did you guys just hear me read all of the list of springtime blooms that pop out at the start of spring in Washington? It would be difficult for me to drive my car around springtime, because I'll be looking around trying to take in all the sights. I'm like, oh my goodness, did you see how those tulips set up? Oh my goodness, did you see those cherry blossoms along the bay? Oh, boom! I'll have to walk everywhere I would if I was visiting Washington in the spring. I would be able to keep my eyes on the road. So shouts out to you who living in Washington, especially in the springtime. You have to have titanium steel concentration. I wouldn't be able to make it. Tough concentration. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna go to McDonald's for some dessert. Apple pie, 2 of them. And asked them for something special. Can you please fill a medium-sized cup with just vanilla ice cream? I'll pay the difference. So ask for 2 apple pies and for them to fill up a medium-sized drink with vanilla ice cream. That's the dessert. Yeah! Don't it just get you happy? That food sounds good. That sounds like food, don't it? That don't sound like dessert. Oh, you said blueberry cheesecake pie. Hold on. You mean to tell me at your location, y'all get blueberry cheesecake pie served at y'all McDonald's? That's not fair. Cue ugly cry. Cue the R&B song. It's not fair. No, that's not fair. Like in Pet. Like in the Pet Cemetery, the original. No fair, no fair. When the baby unfortunately turned ugly. I'm like, oh no. Yes, it's very specific. You've got those apple pies there are good, and the McFlurry. Okay, McFlurry. So if you're gonna get your McFlurry on, which kind of McFlurry you gonna get? Do they still serve the Heath McFlurry at y'all location? Look, when I go get a McFlurry from McDonald's, I'm not looking at anything else. I'm closed-minded when it comes to the McFlurry. When I'm going to McDonald's specifically for that, I only get one McFlurry, and that's the one with the M&Ms in it. Everything else is just at a passing glance or a Christmas miracle that I still remember that they may or may not serve it anymore. I'm like, they be like, welcome to McDonald's, man, take your order. I'm like, it's me, girl. You already know what time it is. Give me that M&M McFlurry with a side of fries. Don't even bother wasting your time talking about something. Would you like a shamrock shake? I'm like, I said, no. I'm not gonna go crazy. They be like, buh, 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 buh. Angry black woman goes crazy in Georgia. And the news people shuffle their papers. They're like, what's new? Another day in Atlanta, Georgia. We ain't gonna get nowhere in this community acting like that all day. I took myself off of the voluntary list of angry black women a long time ago. Y'all not gonna see me snapping on people. At least in public. Dun, dun, dun. Well, if it's a small snack, a main side and the dessert, that's a snack enough. Yo, especially in the summertime when it's too hot to eat. You get you some ice cream and some french fries and sit down. Atlanta. Skinny jeans are so awesome, but sometimes when I put on leggings, I be crying a little bit because the leggings be too tight for me. So I don't know how you guys can do it. I just cannot do it. Maybe the days they choose to wear the skinny jeans, it's not every day. Because this will answer my own question. Not every day I can wear the super tight jeans, but when I do, for that moment in time, they do feel really comfortable. They really do. But after a while, it's like, oh my goodness, what have I done? The day has went on. It's getting late. I have to go change it to something more comfortable. But for a brief moment in time, it's something about the support and the fit of a skinny jean or like a pant, that helps me get ready for my day. For some reason, it just helps me just stay in this sense of mind where I have to get my work done, blah, blah, blah. And then my reward from changing out of that would be like some joggers. I'm like, the day is done or it's my day off. So who knows? I know skinny jeans are in. They really look cool. But I'm not the one who will be able to comfortably wear them day in and day out. But they are fashion forward and they look good with high top sneakers. What do you think? Oh no. Okay, Oreo McFlurry. You guys are going to get super hungry, but that's okay because then you'll have your appetites worked up for eating breakfast. Yes, did you say french fries and ice cream? My mom always laughed at me because even when I was an actual child, because I'm an adult now, when I was an actual child, I always ate weird food, and my mom would say that too. I mean, That's what they always say. I eat weird, really weird combinations of food. Always have since a child and even into my adulthood. And it's funny because when I make food for my family, I tend to make a couple of different dishes at the same time. It, like if I have a hankering for something to eat for dinner that I know they're not gonna like because it's just a weird combination, I have no issues with making two separate meals and we all eat together at the same time because I'm not gonna subject them to sitting down eating some waffles and pancakes for dinner if they don't want waffles and pancakes for dinner. I'm gonna fix them what they want so they can get full. You said I put mustard on my french fries? Ooh, what kind of mustard? Because there's variations. They've got Grey Poupon, the fancy schmancy mustard, or the mustard, what is it? French mustard. The kind that stains your shirt. That's not nice. I'm happily married. I'm getting rid of that question. I experience food too, like mac and cheese with lobster. Oh, that sounds good. Like those cook show people, they make fancy schmancy macaroni and cheese. And y'all know how Hercules the shark feel about macaroni. Hercules the shark feels some type of way about macaroni and cheese. But on the fancy schmancy shows, like the cooking shows, you know, for lack of a better word, or for what comes off the top, Chef Ramsay, you know, all those people, they be making macaroni and cheese and they serve it with like crab and stuff. So that's got to be some type of good combination. Macaroni and cheese with crab, macaroni and cheese with lobster. I think it can be done. You just said it. You know, so that means it's a yes. But what I mean is, to me, crab and lobster are fancy schmancy food. So if you're serving it with macaroni and cheese, it seems to me that the macaroni will have to be special made, like on a fancy schmancy kind of way. That's what I'm meaning. Steak and egg, shrimp and grits, waffle. Oh my gosh, y'all need to stop. Let me go back to the top. Black pepper mustard. I don't think I've heard of black pepper mustard. I went to the top. That's something new. I'm black too, but I haven't heard of black pepper mustard. That's a new one. I'm getting ready to look it up. Black pepper mustard. Good mercy. Chicken and waffles. Oh, who you telling? Shrimp and grits. Come on now. I like shrimp and grits. I make mine. Excuse me. I make mine homemade, of course. Black pepper mustard is a savory gourmet condiment combining traditional yellow or brown mustard with cracked black peppercorns for a sharp, rustic, and peppery finish. It is used as a flavorful spicer alternative to standard mustard for dipping pretzels. Really? You know what? It says for dipping pretzels. Now that I read that, when I would go to the pretzel stand at the mall, I would see mustard there, but I thought it was just regular schmegular mustard. I didn't know it was a different variation of mustard. And when I say that, because it may sound like I'm contradicting myself, I know there's different variants of mustard only because when I go to the grocery store and look for specific mustard like French mustard or store brand regular schmegular mustard, there is a heaping 4x4 of various random mustards. So that's why I know it's lots of kinds of mustards. But actually taking the time to read each style of mustard apart from Grey Poupon because that was an epic commercial that used to play when I was a child. That's all I know. That's all I know. They use a bat. All I know. So thank you for that information about mustard. Oh, what did you say about Hercules? So going back up. Hercules. Oh, maybe Hercules is lactose. You'll have to ask him tomorrow about what he feels about macaroni and cheese. He'll be on tomorrow at 5 a.m. ET time. Do you have any Grey Poupon? Excuse me, sir. You are getting hungry? He's like, I'm getting hungry. I don't know. What do you think of Mr. Tenderman? All I've been seeing is thumbnails. I haven't listened to it, and I would hear that name thrown around a lot, but besides that, I don't know what that story is about, but I just would hear the name all the time. Hell's Kitchen is a good show. Did y'all know they have two variants of Hell's Kitchen? They have Hell's Kitchen edited and unedited. I've been watching the unedited, and one day on the stream, because I think Gordon Ramsay has his own streaming channel now, when Hell's Kitchen came on, they were cussing up a thunderstorm. I'm like, whoa, what the H? It was so much cussing, it took me by surprise, because the one I watched was the only one I thought that existed. The non-cussing one, because it's on TV. It used to come on like daytime TV or something, so I wasn't expecting all that. But yeah, I got way too much food. Ha ha ha. That's a good thing. So yeah, black pepper mustard is a savory gourmet condiment combining traditional yellow or brown mustard with cracked black peppercorns for a sharp rustic or peppery finish. It is used as a flavorful, spicy alternative to standard mustard for dipping pretzels, topping sandwiches, burgers, and brats, or enhancing meats. This is interesting and exciting. I've only heard of the word drewski, but far as that it was a love show, no. But drewski, the term in general, is just a term that I hear regularly. I didn't know it was affixed to an actual person per se. You know how guys say, well, what up, though? What up, broski? Something along those lines. I thought it was just thrown around as a term of endearment amongst men. So, that's a large order of no. Oh no! Oh. That sounds really fun. I'm gonna put some pretzels in the chat for that. You said salted pretzels dipped in that cheese sauce? Stop the press. P-R-E pretzel. And you know what? I should have put cheese pretzel. So now I'm looking for cheese. Here's cheese. And now I'm going to type in pretzels. P-R-E. There you go. Pretzels with cheese. Do y'all think SpongeBob SquarePants like pretzels with cheese? I know it's a little offbeat question, but it just seemed like he would. SpongeBob, my boy! How can you not like Mr. Krabs? Get the crown, save the town to Mr. Krabs. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I can close out the cheese dip. And then I read about what's popping literally in the state of Washington during springtime. Beautifulness everywhere. Unbelievable. So shouts out to Washington. I'll close that tab. We also talked about for a while the specificities of various nets they have the fishermen use to cast into the water to detect the motion on the ocean floor and to detect the types of fish that they're looking for. The evolution of fish technology and the sea is amazing. We've come a long ways from the regular nets that, for lack of a better description, the nets they use for catching butterflies with to a, a, a hook. Even the bait has changed a lot. I like how modern day bait looks now. I'm not a poser or nothing like that, but working in a hardware store for a little bit of time, I was able to see the different types of tackle and stuff that we have now, and it's like, wow, this stuff looks really cool. So having said that, fishing in general has stepped up to the plate to meet technology head on, which is a brave move for ever-changing world. I think that's really cool. So for my peace of mind, it says, yes, reef netting is considered one of the most sustainable, eco-friendly, and selective salmon fishing methods in the world. One of my cool peeps said that he eats salmon because he is a vegetarian. So shouts out to all of the people who like salmon. Salmon is a good fish. Like I said, salmon is a good fish when it's alive and when it's on the plate. Just a second, y'all. I had to adjust how I'm sitting because I'm actually just comfortably sitting on the floor. But even after a while sitting on the floor, I have to adjust so my leg don't fall asleep. Don't want that happening because when it's time for me to get up and go, I won't be getting up to go get up and hit the floor. Boom! I read about the crab netting and all that stuff. At the top of the hour, my cool peeps are really cool dishing out so many technological words. We had like words like from the Army and the Navy. We even talked about all this terminology about when playing games like galactical games like Star Trek and all this stuff. That was really fun because you guys were introducing me or reintroducing me to some words that I looked up. For example, I wonder if I still have it in here. I've closed my tabs because I didn't want my computer to start running slowly, so I ended up closing my tabs. So what I'll do is go into my history so I can pull up how we got to all of this in the first place. So just for a moment, please, while I pull up my history and find that specific term we talked about. Oh yeah, we even talked about The Devil Wears Prada Part 2 coming out May 1st. Here for it. Just saying it out loud again is making me happy. We talked about how one of the cool peeps even have bought their nephew and niece surprise t-shirts, but it's a surprise, so only we know. So thank you so much for allowing us to be privy to special information like that. I think that's a wonderful thing. I think that's really good news for you to just share that with us, because you don't have to. And most of you are like, what difference does it make? You don't know us. It's not that. It's the fact that you shared that you're buying a present. You have already bought a present for your niece and nephew, and you told us what it is. I got to look at it online, and it's a nice gift. I think that is exciting news, and you're a brave soul for coming up here talking to thousands of people, including the replay gang, telling us a little bit about yourself. I think it takes strength. So that's really cool. We talked about those really cool shirts. Here it is, Operation Command. That's how our show really started rolling, because my cool peeps were in here throwing those words at me, and I really appreciated every last one of them. So, operational command refers to the authority granted to a commander to assign mission, deploy units, reassign forces, and retain or delegate control as deemed necessary to accomplish assigned tasks. And once again, I find myself feeling overwhelmed and kind of floored just reading that portion. There's another sentence describing operational commands. It's one big paragraph, two long descriptive sentences, and it says here, it is a high-level command structure that bridges strategic planning and tactical execution, often involving the coordination of joint multi-service or multinational resources. That's like a big, powerful description. Now, when I say that, it's because when you guys were telling me about, hang on, I put in my blanket over here out of the way. You guys were first telling me about operational commands. I was thinking more generatively speaking, because I'm a regular worker, like if I work at Walmart or somewhere or factory setting, a standard job, I thought operational command was like that. You know, but the leading definition is this, what I just read in reference to military and defense, So what I think is cool about AI overview, it put the operational command verbiage out there, but it led with a job that best befits the description out of respect. It led with the military department first. And then, of course, it scrolled down and said how that term is also used in commonality, if that's correctly said. For example, like operational command organizations is what I was basically thinking. Something more or less on my speed, because I've been working for a long time. Guys, I started working, and it's not a flex, it's just what it is. I started working, I think, when I was in 11th grade. So, operational commands on more of my speed. Thank you guys for your comments. It says structural. It says structure. It is an organization, e.g., Task Force Joint Command. It acts as the building block of military operations, allowing for the direct support of strategic tactical. Now, where's that part where it also broke it down into a more common term? So what I'll do is just push deep dive overview, and upon typing in the deep dive overview, it gives me a question where I can further expound on, and I can say, can you please break this down into a more common job situation, please? I think it'll know what I mean. Civilian. Yeah, see, all these strong words that I would like to stay in my head, because words word, man. Words word. So in a common job situation, a high five to you. Bam. Thank you so much. According to AI overview, I meant to say thank you also. Hold on. So I'm going to retype that. Put thank you for the word salad. SALA. I'm typing in here to you, thank you for the word salads, because you provided various words, and I'm looking for a salad bowl emoji. There it is. There. Alright, so in a common job situation, operation command translates to operational leadership or operations management. Now, this is more or less what I was referring to until AI, then my cool peeps in the chat, hit me with the best shot, boom, boom, fire it away with the supernova. What is the supermassive black hole definition of operational management? In the common job situation, operation command translates to operational leadership or operations management. It is the bridge between the company's high-level vision and the actual work done by employees. According to AI overview, if a company were a car, the strategy is the GPS, where you're going. And operation command is the driver steering, braking, and accelerating to get there safely and efficiently. Break it down for us then. AI, break it down. Yo, Gabba Gabba. Oh, break it down. Go, Broby. Go, Broby. Go, Broby. Go, go. Shouts out to the creators of Yo, Gabba Gabba. I missed that show so much. So much to the point I'm getting ready to write it down. Where is Yo Gabba Gabba? Where is TV show Yo Gabba Gabba? Carrying on, according to AI overview, in reference to the terminology of operational command broken down into more of a civilian type of dialect. Operational command looks different depending on your level in the chain of command. It's got executive level, mid-level, and front lines. Yikes. Yo Gabba Gabba's music was fire. And did y'all see the Halloween costumes Yo Gabba Gabba had when Yo Gabba Gabba was a thing? Those outfits were fire. They were expensive, but I didn't mind the price point because the quality at the particular store I was at that time, the quality, it was worth every penny, because I would have been able to reuse the costume multiple times. So I can say that. And then you have I was about to say Yo Gabba Gabba. I was about to say Gullah Gullah Island. I saw you read Gullah Gullah Island. Once upon a time, they told me, not they, but the computer was saying that Yo Gabba Gabba was supposed to Gullah Gullah Island was supposed to come out, but this was like 3 or 4 years ago. Bummer. Big bummer. Because where is it? I'm happily married. I am happily married. I've been married for 10 years. We'll be going on the 11th year this come July. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. I'm not going anywhere. So we've got real world examples by role in reference to operation management. It says here, my cool peeps, operational command looks different depending on your level in the chain of command. Executive level translates the CEO 5-year strategic vision into yearly operational plans. 5 years. Example, if the CEO wants to expand to Europe, the COO commands the setup of newly supply chains and warehouses there. Mid-level management, operations management, manager/director is as follows. Yes, I like Stranger Things. Shameless plug. On Wednesdays, on this past few Wednesdays, Baskethead talked about Stranger Things. So if you want to catch up, Baskethead talks about Stranger Things. For those of you who are simply just listening to me in the background while you're on the road, I'm currently eating a little bit more cereal, a couple of teaspoons of cereal, Fruity Pebbles, and drinking some water before I continue reading about the operation command on mid-level management tier. No, that looks like a good show. Severance. The cover art alone got me. So I already knew by the cover art, when I seen it, it was going to be good. We've got mid-level management. Operations manager director oversees specific departments to ensure daily work aligns with company goals. Once again, managing the herd. Making sure the herd gets from point A to point B so the big boss manager don't come chopping their heads off. Frontline leadership, supervisor/team lead. We've got provides direct command by supervising the staff who do the elemental tasks. Now, what in the superhero are we talking about? Example, a restaurant floor manager handles crisis response. like a sudden rush of customers by reassigning staff to different roles on the fly. Now, I'm quite sure all of you who have been in many situations where the management wasn't around, probably in the office, cowering, being lazy, or heaven knows, playing video games. And the only people there to hold the line were you and I. And when that influx of people came in, who was doing the delegating? It sure wasn't the manager. It's like, why even bother to ask the manager? Because when they come out there, they're going to run around like a chicken with their head cut off. You might as well let us, who be on the floor, take care of the situation and tell the manager later. Or just don't mention it at all. So high five to all of you cool people. Bam. Thank you, and you are too. Thank you so much. We've got core responsibilities in a job. In these core roles, your command, quote, involves, wow, 5 key areas. Hold on, I'm going to change the song. I'm trying to do it at the same time. Now, I didn't know that there was going to be another breakdown in addition to the breakdown. I mean, it's doing a good job breaking stuff down already, but it's going to break it down even more. Core responsibilities in the job, guys. It says this: resource allocation, process optimization, performance monitoring, corrective action, safety, and compliance. What the H? That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff in the breakdown of operations management. Now, if only the people who have the positions of power, and I'm talking about civilian type jobs, thank you for that word again, like Walmart, Kroger's, clothing stores, all the stores in the mall, if only the people in management took their jobs that seriously, I don't think stores will have so many turnarounds or people just walk right back out the door and leave. Thank you so much. My hair is alive and it has a mind of its own. It is certainly most difficult for me to tame. If I touch it, it might bite. It's like, leave it just the way it is. Oh, my hand. Okay, moving forward. Now, I'm not going to read all of the descriptions on there, but I will read the bullet points. We've got core responsibilities in the job. We read that. I'll read these last few pointers right here. Key skills required. It says here decisiveness, organization and communication. Communication. Dun, 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 dun. That's tool. Making quick data informed choices during daily disruptions. Organization means managing complex schedules, budgets, and workflows simultaneously. Boy, I would love to be in charge of the budget. I can save so much money. I love saving money. It is so fun to cut costs. Snip, snip, snip. You don't need that. Snip, snip, snip. You don't need that. Snip, snip, snip. We're saving money. We're looking at the big picture, guys. The big picture. The bottom line of the budget when the year turns to an end. You'll thank me later. If you last. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe that's why nobody made me manager, because they know I'd be real good. Communication. Translating big picture executive goals into simple actionable tasks for a team. Now that's a lot. Hey, go for it. I'm going to use a sick day at my job when Dune Part 3 comes out. That's what the day's for. You get a certain amount of days. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. That's what it's all about. I'm happy for you. Y'all, we keep getting happy news in here. We're in here. A secret was told to us, or one of our cool peeps bought their family members gifts, told us what the gifts are, and we got to check them out. And now we have someone saying that they're going to call in on a sick day, use a sick day to go see Dune 3. It's another secret that we know. It's really cool. What a day of surprises. What a day of sharing. What a day of secrets, good secrets. Now, those are the kinds of secrets that I like when you're planning surprise parties or trips or gifts or something like that. Oh my gosh. So I feel almost some kind of special by you guys telling me this. Like I said, I know I cannot really see you. You only are really seeing me. I'm a real person. I'm not artificial intelligence. So the only person who's really more vulnerable on here is me. But in addition to you guys, still the fact that you're coming into the chat, chatting with me and tons of people you may not know, is a wonderful step in the right direction in a world that's forcing people to want to just keep to themselves. So congratulations to all of you. Yes, if you want to be the boss, you got to cut the cost. Now I know James Brown didn't say that, but he should have said it. That should have been the song. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, artificial intelligence, and all living, breathing things here. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. The time for me is 7:09 a.m. ET time, and spring is around the corner for me, and I am very happy for that. So that means the sun will be rising a little bit earlier each and every day. We've got that stupid rule coming around where you spring forward and fall back. I am so sick and tired of that. I wish they just leave the clocks alone. We've been on here for a glorious 2 hours and some change. I really believe that this moment of time was perfect just for all of you who came on the show. Today is my Friday. I love Thursdays. Tomorrow, your boy, back by popular demand, Hercules the Shark will be on. I'll type that down in here really quickly. Hercules the Shark will be on. I'm going to find Shark. I don't know what he's going to be talking about. I say this every week because I never know what he's going to talk about. Hercules the Shark will be on tomorrow. TOMORROW at 5 a.m. Exactly. Yes, I put the information up, and once again, thank you so much for the idea. If you guys haven't seen it, we have the movie selected today, brought to you by Space Bondi 1871. Put in a movie request yesterday when we were all on the mothership for Baskethead. So while Baskethead was online, he decided to look to see if the movie will be available for us all to watch together next week. So in the community tab, aka the post on YouTube, we already have the announcement up for what movie we'll be watching this come Wednesday for Baskethead. So thank you guys for the suggestion. Once again, thank you, Space Bondi, for your suggestion. It seems like a fun movie to watch. I'm really interested in it. And the link is already provided for you. So if you need extra time to try to find it, because everyone has different time zones and rule regulations when it comes to watching various movies around the world. So this will give you enough time to get the movie prepared so you can watch it with us this come Wednesday. I like Baskethead because it is a chill time and we just do a lot of chatting in the text box. Willow is like Frodo Baggins from the Lord of the Rings. That's the gist that I was getting when I saw only a smidget of it. And only a smidget means I did not watch the trailer. I just simply looked at the cover art. And I'm like, oh yeah, I felt the same way. I'm like, it's giving Bilbo Baggins all day, every day. I hope so. What I'll do is write that down because I may forget. I will have to check to see if I have access to that to watch it in its entirety. The goal is to stay specifically on the YouTube platform when I'm watching these movies because it seems like a safe bet for me. So when we get movie requests, I at least want to stay in the home of YouTube. Not YouTube movies per se, but on the site. And so And they are free. And the movies that are free, because I don't want anyone to have to pay for a movie. We can just pick out of what's free. I know YouTube movies web channel, or should I say YouTube's movies channel, their movies rotate. So I don't want to pick movies so far out in advance that when we actually get to it, the movie is no longer available. So I just try to keep it close when Baskethead chooses. Roger Rabbit. Who framed... I'm writing that down about who framed Roger Rabbit. Who framed... I like that movie. It should come back to theaters again. I'm very happy, guys, to be able to keep you all entertained today. Heck, I'll be entertaining myself up here on this live stream. There are days when I don't have nobody in the chat. It be zero sometimes for brief moments. But it's alright because what I'm actually talking about is interesting. So I entertain myself, and sure enough, when I look back up, there's people in the chat. So before I get out of here, for those of you who are who just now streaming, or who may unfortunately be well, I know you are not, unfortunately. You are bigger YouTube streamers than me, but you unfortunately also feel the fluctuation as the year turns. So do our numbers. Our numbers change, and our people go to other things to watch, because for us, the world is beginning to open back up again. So less people will be indoors, more will be outside. So we're taking all these changes of events into consideration as to why our numbers fluctuate. But when they do, keep talking, because consistency is key, as cliche as it sounds. And even if you're talking in a chat room with 0 people, eventually those numbers will start to accumulate. It is a numbers game if you're into it. I'm not really into the numbers game aspect of it, but I have to be aware and mindful because it is a business once you get to a certain point. So you have to be aware. But if you're in the act of being like the tortoise and the hare, my cool peeps, appreciating the slow build, the slow mile run instead of speeding to the finish line, you'll be okay. So if you take it from that aspect, you'll be fine. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Thank you guys for your donations. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I'll leave it at that. As far as that, Hercules will be on tomorrow. I love you all. Thank you. You guys are dope too. Great times. High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming into Freestyle Thursdays. Oh yeah, for the new people, meaning like the ones just getting in. Y'all like my kitchen? Hey. Let me move my big old hair out of the way. Look at the kitchen. Isn't it pretty? Who knows what picture I'll choose next week for Freestyles Thursdays. I'm going to get on out of here, y'all. I love you all. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming in. Bye, y'all.